I've seen this on social media here and there. People saying like, oh, Ramadan is like quote unquote canceled because of quarantine. Like, you can't really cancel a religious month or a religious holiday. Like, that's just not a thing.
During Ramadan, what happens is that the devil gets locked up. Because of that, there's no more influence from the devil on your actions, and what you're doing is by your own will.
There's this big sense of just like working with other people and like volunteering and giving back with your community. And it's also just like a really big like personal like spiritual journey, just like trying to better yourself for like a month and hopefully apply those things for the rest of your life.
Just feeling like reconnecting with yourself to Islam, just feeling like, a sense of belonging again. As long as the intention is there that you want to give back to the community and the intention is to want to become a better person, then I think that's the main thing, honestly. We have a thing called iftari, which is basically where that's the moment when you break your fast. Growing up, and also even like in recent years, it's always been like you do iftari at like the local masjid/mosque, or you do it at like family friends' house they invite you to, or like maybe someone will host like an iftari dinner at a restaurant.
We're a bit scared to eat out now just because of like the pandemic and everything, so we cook at home. And so there's like an added layer of challenge now because you're like fasting and cooking at the same time.
Especially like at our mosques and stuff, like people really do get together at night and have their dinners together and stuff. So I think like one of the biggest differences so far has been like that sense of community.
We don't have that option anymore. So I guess it's more been just like really personal just with your family now.
This is like the one time where people definitely like make time to come out and be with their community and stuff.
Now, because of the pandemic, we've kind of lost that.
At night when we break our fast, there's some organizations that have created like Zoom calls for like people to get on and you can like eat together and you're just like with other people, even though it's not physically, you have like people around you, especially because not everyone has like the ability or the privilege to like be with the family at this time. So they have like definitely created a sense of community online.
I know some mosques like live stream every night to like kind of overcome that and like talk with others. I haven't personally went to one yet, but I'm thinking of doing it in the future for sure. But while this time is definitely difficult, I feel like it can also like you can reap benefits from it too. There have been a lot of new hobbies I've been taking on lately, like photography, or like I've been reading a lot more, and I feel like in the typical hustle and bustle of life that wouldn't have been possible.
I've been blessed enough to like be able to spend time with my family during Ramadan, but I know some people are like stuck in their apartments or stuck at home by themselves without that sort of experience, like being with their family or friends. You're never alone when it comes to Islam, and there's always going to be people who would like look out for you and support you.
You do have that opportunity to like reflect a little bit more personally. I definitely think that just like learning a little bit more about like why fasting is important or why this month is really special to Muslims, because there's a lot of like ignorance and just people who don't really pay attention to these things. So I definitely think that reaching out to other Muslims is really important so that misconceptions and like misinformation about this month don't really spread.
Because Islam isn't just about praying 5 times a day or just reading the Quran. It's about helping each other out and supporting each other.